tupu ake nā tēnā, ka waiwai ana ngā karu. O te moana, ka hirihi te ao, ka hirihi au, kei te iriwehe au, kei te mumu, ia ka hirihi te ao, ka hirihi au, kei te iriwehe au, kei te mumu, rā te ao. Ka nuku nuku te ao, 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 ka nuku nuku te ao. Ka hirihi te ao, ka hirihi au, kei te iriwehe au, kei te mumu, rā ka hirihi te ao, ka hirihi au, kei te iriwehe au, kei te mumu, rā te ao.
Kia ora, Anne. Kia ora koutou. As I just said earlier, for those people who weren't here, we're just starting where we finished off last time. Anne's in front of her fire. I'm putting on my hat, just went over to the park, had to come back because it was raining too hard, but I'm still outside looking out at the lovely space. So welcome. Let's start with our karakia kai. Whakapainga ene kai, hei oranga mō o mātou tinana, whangai hoki ki mātou wairua amene. Anne's going to pop you into some breakout rooms to have your kai and kōrero. Tell us what it's about first, though, Anne.
Sure, kia ora everyone. So we've got breakouts, a chance for a bit of a nibble and a chat to your buddies and talk about what we've got on the screen, which is,
Where do you go to recharge your batteries? Possibly not on your front doorstep looking out at the lovely view, but if I can get to show off my door, why not? Where do you go to recharge your batteries? So 2s and 3s, is it, Anne?
we're going to send you out in breakouts of 2s and 3s. You've got 6 minutes. Have a nibble, have a chat. We'll see you back in here in 6 minutes.
Go.
As you come back in, if you feel you want to, grab the mic, tell us where you go to recharge your batteries, or if you want to drop it into chat, that would also be great.
Okay. You good for the next bit? Well, people could be typing and we'll be multitasking.
Sure. So carrying on from where we left off last time, we're going to tap back into Te Whare Tapa Whā and just focus on the fact that we need all of these elements in our life. So we're just looking at nurturing and strengthening all of our elements, drawing strength and resilience to cope, and one small step at a time is good for us all. And Dr. Mason Jury pointed out that Te Taha Wairua is considered by Māori to be the basis of all the other components. So let's hear from Dr. Mason.
The purpose of Wairua in this approach is one that's often misunderstood. To some people it means having a strong religious background. Karakia comes in strong. But it's much broader than that too. For some people, Wairua is about te reo Māori, or Wairua is about kapahaka. And for some people, watching the sun come up in the morning is about Wairua. It does something to you that defies translation into words because it's an experience that people have. It goes beyond the mind, it goes beyond the body, beyond whānau. It's an enlightenment. The whole spirit gets lifted up. So Wairua is a dimension which is often felt rather than spoken about. So people know when their spirit is being lifted because they feel it. They may not interpret it that way, but they know that there are certain things that just give them a lift.
Kia ora, Kath.
Kia.
Yeah. So that's
Thank
just the
you.
Wairua dimension, and we'll have all of the other dimensions in our kitty, which will be available to you after this. So over to you, Kath. Thank you.
I love how succinctly Mason Jury says that. And so we've just got a few quotes here to reflect on and encourage us to think, what is it that I need to do to focus and prioritise my well-being, especially in that Wairua element, which then spreads out to everything else. So the ouch one for me when I found this quote a year or so ago was the middle quote that says, the person who really wants to do something finds a way, the other finds an excuse. And every time I read it, I feel a bit ouchy, but I think it's so true. And my little challenge to you is, if you have to keep making excuses about why you're not doing something, maybe you're not choosing the right thing for you. So it can sometimes be a bit of a signpost. I also love that thing from Gretchen Rubin, who says what we do every day matters more than what we do once in a while. And we're going to be talking about that everyday focusing and well-being. And lifting our spirit with a bit of joy, once again, is also something we choose. So something for you to look back on. Thanks, Anne. Was that me? Is that me? That me? Looking at what we can control. So the question we're asking you in your lunchtime today, what do we need to do to build our own well-being and resilience? We want to feel good. We want to function well. We want to enjoy our mahi. We want to be happy to come to work, but we also want to be happy outside of work. So what is it that we can control? It's getting to know yourself and knowing what your positive emotion reset is. Which one of these photos do you think, yeah, it's me? Maybe pop it in the chat. Which photo is you today? Might be different on another day. You're allowed to say none of these. Or you can just say the record, the weight, the coffee, the cuppa. Te Ngāhere, te moana, nature gym, sunrise, sunset. Oh, thanks everyone. It's always more fun when it's interactive. Here's another little slide. We're just rocking through these quite quickly because these are just tools for your kitty. That one, the 5 minute, 15 or half an hour. And that one always cracks me up because I think is it the half hour one, it says take a warm shower. I'm thinking, wow, I hope that's like the prep and everything because there goes all the hot water. Yeah, but you do you. Maybe there's something in there that might nurture your well-being today. I know you can read, so I'm just going to let you read it.
Kia ora te whānau. I'm really excited to have this slide to chat to Whakawhatai Gratitude Journal, and someone in our room today has the journal, is about to start at Matariki with this journal. Now, I'm just back from Fiordland and I was talking about it down there, and my principal very excitedly emailed me because Hera Nathan was interviewed in Project on Thursday night. So have a look at your bookshop. Beautiful, beautiful Whakawhatai Gratitude Journal for you to check out. One element of Te Whare Tapa Whā is the physical dimension, and thanks to Cindy and the group of us that participated last year, we've opened up a team for anyone in Tātai Aharau to join us. Move your butt, walk with us through June. There's the link, just click on that link and you can sign up and be part of our team. We'd love to walk with you, talk with you. We're going to try and have some walking, talking meetings We're going to try and walk around Aotearoa. So please join us if that's your thing.
Right, so how are we going to make room to boost our wairua and all of the elements of Te Whare Tapa Whā? I'm using Henimore Elder's lovely book, and this one is, I thought, great advice for us all today. E ngake ana e a mua, e toto mai ana a muri. First clear the weeds, then plant. Make time for mind weeding. I'm just going to read a little bit out of it, and because she says that wairua is the Māori concept of being connected to everything in the universe, also translated sometimes as spirituality. Just like the mara garden, the mind-body wairua system requires regular weeding. No one actually teaches us to gently and kindly examine the thoughts and feelings that we internalize that are not really ours. But it is such an important practice, because otherwise we can unwittingly internalize the thoughts and feelings of others, and they can become integrated into our consciousness. And she's saying that regular weeding of ideas and examining what we're thinking about, and that when she thinks about this whakatauki, she also thinks about the phases of the moon. And she says for our ancestors' timing, according to the moon, was vital. And I know a lot of people here at Tātai Ahurau might be already doing this and knowing this, thinking about your energy and your mood, whether or not you've got the energy for weeding, what other things you can do. So she says at the end, you might ask how to start doing this. She's suggesting recognize times of the day and the month where you feel at your best and energized. Look up at the moon. How do you feel? Schedule in some time when you feel ready to get a little mind weeding done. So we thought, why not give you a little bit of time now to look at your day and your calendar. And I know some of your calendars look like that photo, but it's really important, it's really important that we take time to put in little snippets in the day. And I don't know if Ash is here today, but Asher, are you here today? He was just helping us with some sound issues that we had earlier, and he was getting stuck like we were. And he says, look, I've got to go to work, I'll be there in 5 minutes, but I'm going to walk, and that might help me clear my brain. And he came back on with us, and he said, wow, it came to me, blah, blah, blah. I just felt like I've just cleared my brain. And I said, Asher, you're like an ad for our session. So he made time to fit in the walk to get from A to B, and it helped him in his mahi. So he's a good ad for that. Thanks, Asher.
Yeah.
So are we just going to go into our own calendars now, just for 2 minutes? Is that what you're thinking?
2 minutes.
Yeah, we can do that, can't we? Yeah. I don't know if people want to do this with someone else or by themselves. Might be a by yourself activity.
Maybe another 30 seconds or so. And if you feel comfortable dropping into the chat something that's going to work for you.
Looking at your calendar. Can one of your hui be a walking hui? Can you carve out 10, 15 minutes somewhere in your day this week?
I know something that's been really working for me lately, Kath, has been my long drives. I've been on the road mostly the last 3 weeks, and carving out time on a drive, having a chat with a buddy. It's calling someone, talking about what they're up to, sharing what I'm up to, and that's helped me feel connected and less isolated.
Anyone else want to grab the mic and share what they've popped in their calendar or in the chat? Jim will pause twice a week, 5 or 6 a.m. Patariki. Wow, it's very dark then. Good on you. Calling people.
I'll just share something that we've been doing this week, a group of us, because we were all feeling a little bit down and not very motivated in our running programs. So we committed for 3 kilometers a day for May. And so basically just get out there, 3K, walk, run, cycle, roll, dance, whatever, but just get out and do something small. And it's amazing what happens when you just go out and do something. You end up doing a lot more because it's just getting out the door. And we've got a little Facebook chat messaging group, and we just post up there like a photo of the day or something, and it's just really motivated everybody. And some people are saying, well, let's just keep on doing it because it's really motivational to help each other and support each other. So building that support network as well, and not being on your own, especially when you tend to be isolated like some of us are in our mahi. So yeah.
Oh, kia ora, Anne. That's beautiful to share.
I was just thinking, Kath, when you were saying before about the Esherin walking, as I've just put a link in the chat to an online course called Learning How to Learn. And the professors who take that as a free online course talk about the importance of walking in regular breaks, because otherwise you're not productive. We've all had those eureka moments, when you're in the shower. And they said, if you pause on something, if you're stuck, and if you can pause, go away, your brain will be doing the work in the background. And then you go, oh, I've got the answer. But you actually just need to, and they really advocate for walking outside for that to happen. So I just sort of say there's science behind it as well.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that link.
Yeah, I often have eureka moments in the shower, but normally I eureka and then I have to go and have a shower. Sorry.
Humor's good too.
We can always rely on humour to move us along. So we've got the link to our kitty, and we keep adding in resources, ideas for you to watch, apps that might help, or something to listen to or read, or something to do. And what would get us really excited is if you start adding in. So if you added anything today, dive in here, and please keep adding to the collection as it grows. Last time we touched on this, we haven't got time to dive back in, but the link's in here if you want to start up your Te Whare Tapa Whā reflection and make some small manageable goals. That's sitting in there for us too. Kia ora, Kath.
Okay, and just to wrap up, we someone just said it. It might have been, it was you, Anne. You just said that it's really hard to keep motivated sometimes if you're doing it by yourself and everyone feels a bit stuck. And it's funny you say that because I was talking to friends exactly the same on the weekend. We're going for a run and everyone's feeling a bit and unmotivated. But when you do it together. So how would you like to share the ways you're making room in your day? And who are you going to talk to or get together with? Because as BJ Fogg said, he's one of the habits guys. Emotions create habits, not repetition, not frequency, not fairy dust, emotions. So when you go and sit somewhere sunny to have your lunch rather than sitting and having at your desk, that sets a better emotional thing in your brain so that you then want to go and sit in the sun again and eat lunch another time. So it's the emotions that the habits give you that make it a habit, not just repeating it and, thrashing yourself about it. So hashtag making room. Some people might like to put it on Jostle. Some people might like to just get together and talk to someone, maybe make a lunch date, a morning tea, a breakfast date, even online, especially for those of us who are not near a tari. So let's think of some ways that you could get together with people regularly to chat about how you're making space for this and just doing it. Any ideas in the chat would be great. While we finish off 1:01 p.m. with our music, and I'm inspired. I don't know if Te Whare is still here, but I was really inspired by our session this morning, so I changed this bit of music because this morning in our Ngangara Samoa session, there was sharing of where people were from, and that ancestral link is what Hinimoa elders talking about too, using the wisdom of your ancestors. So let's have a listen here, and thanks for coming, everyone. Ka kite.
Mother's village songs. He's from Sa'atalo.
The word is
Lili.
that's what we want.
Fale alili uma ioma o tafia fa'alogo logo isoleo ua avetala ole malo ua le ai semanu eto e Fale